Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Bring your weeble wobble ass on over here.
Man, before I even get too deep in this, I want to talk about Nolan Smith. What are you doing, man? I mean, what are you doing? Like, I recorded this already and I crashed out on camera. Luckily, it wasn't recording. So I'm going to just calmly just tell my opinion because we got to hold this man accountable. And Nolan has been very frustrated in my opinion. I'm frustrated with him. He's supposed to be a locker room character guy. Somebody that is mature. Somebody that was supposed to replace Brandon Graham. It's bad enough that we're comparing his production to a third-round pick in Jalen Hunt. Okay? It's bad enough that we had to trade a third-round pick for Jalen Phillips mid-season because Nolan can't stay healthy. It's bad enough that we had to trade 2 third-round picks and pay $100 million for Jonathan Grenard because Nolan Smith is not productive enough. Like, this is bad. Now it's to the point to where unless he comes out this year and just goes crazy, he's not getting re-signed. We already came into this season knowing this is made a best man win type of season between Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt, who was a safety.
So which of you fine gentlemen would like to join our team? Oh, there's only one spot open right now, so we're gonna have tryouts.
Why is somebody that was a safety coming into the league and outproducing you at a position that you've been playing? Okay. It's bad enough that the guy you literally line up next to in Jalen Carter went through this same situation, and you've seen how that affected him mentally, how that affected him psychologically, how that affected him financially. You've seen it. You had a front row seat. It's bad enough that this is not your first time getting caught speeding. You are a repeat offender. This is your second time. I don't understand why you just can't go to the racetrack. You're a very wealthy person. You've made money. Just go to the racetrack and let it rip, bro. Why you gotta do this on roads? Like, somebody gotta talk to this man. And I know people will say, oh, well, he's not committing felonies. Bro, somebody already died from this. Somebody's already died from this. Forget the Henry Ruggs situation. Somebody already died from this from UGA. Like, what are we doing? And then Kirby Smart, what are you doing? Because clearly your players don't respect you or listen to whatever it is you saying from a disciplinary standpoint. What are you doing about this? This seems to be connected to UGA players. Okay? And I'm just frustrated with Nolan Smith because he hasn't really panned out as a first-round pick. If we all being honest. You know, he had a nice little stretch during the Super Bowl run. We appreciate that, but we're not going to pay you off of what you did during the Super Bowl. We're going to pay you based on what you're going to do for us in the future. And right now, you're just not showing me nothing.
Now you see them ridges? Yeah. Huh? These ridges are gonna be imprinted on the back of your ass permanently. If this happens again, you understand?
Welcome to Beyond the Nest 215.
And I done went on a whole rant and didn't even touch on what I wanted to talk about in this video. I want to talk about AJBROWN, the new rumors we got, lots of new teams entering. I want to talk about each team that has been reported, and I want to go in order from what I think is the least likely team to the most likely team that he goes. We're about a week out where we can trade him post June 1st. Okay. Now, just because we're a week out, that doesn't mean he's going to get traded June 2nd. That just means after June 1st, his salary cap hit is cut in half. It goes from $40 million to about $16 million. Okay. So understand that come Tuesday or whenever June 2nd is, it doesn't mean we're going to wake up and he's going to be gone. This might bleed into training camp. This might bleed into OTAs. This might bleed into the summer. Because quite frankly, we're hearing that there's a lot of teams that need receiver help that are coming in late in the game and pretty much have a slight bidding war going on right now, which is what we want. Quite frankly, I don't really care where he goes. I just want a first-round pick in return. I'm not trading A.J. Brown for no 30-year-old over-the-hill safety or player that's got 1 or 2 years left. Nah, I need a first-round pick. I'll even take a 2028 first-round pick, but I need that first-round pick because we're going to need that to keep replenishing this team through the draft and not with older players. And if we want to keep this Super Bowl window open or we are a competitive team, we're going to need to continue to do this through the draft, through Howie Roseman. He's also going to need the best assets, the highest picks that he's going to be able to utilize and leverage for trades in the future. I mean, who knows? Based on some of the reports, they're saying that if Jalen doesn't have a great season, we might be looking for a quarterback. That's BS, but that's some of the reports that's out there. He might not even get extended. So we might need that first-round pick. You never know. I say that to say I'm not trading A.J. Brown unless there's a first-round pick attached to it. First team, Sean McVay and the Rams. Now, there's been reports saying that this actually almost happened and Devonta Adams was included. I'm not trading A.J. Brown for Devonta Adams. I'm sorry. He's a Hall of Fame player, but he's older. I'm not doing it. I need that pick. And the Rams, we played the Rams every season we play the Rams. Sometimes even multiple times in the season, in the regular season and in the playoffs. The Rams are going to actually be in our way en route to a Super Bowl. We're going to have to play them again. We played them already in the regular season again in Philly this year. We might see them in the NFC Championship. We might see them later on. And the last thing I want is for AJ to be on that team with Puka Nacua and he prevents us from getting back to the Super Bowl. I don't want that. Y'all don't want that. I'm not trading them to the Rams. I'm just simply not doing it just because they in the way of what we want to accomplish.
No. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
Next up, we got the Chiefs. Now, I'm under the belief that Tyreek Hill is going back to the Chiefs. I just think it makes sense. The Chiefs' wide receiving core is trash, okay? Rashee Rice just got, he's in jail as we speak. He got a 30-day sentence, so he's their wide receiver 1. You can't trust that dude. You just can't. Whether it's something off the field or injuries on the field, he's not consistent enough. Travis Kelce's getting older. Hey, man, I'm still scarred from the first Super Bowl against the Chiefs. I ain't helping Andy Reid or Pat Mahomes with nothing. You're going to have to actually pay me a luxury tax because that team, they got enough rings. I'm not trying to help them. But if we got to do it, I'll send them to an AFC team all day. I just feel some type of way because the Chiefs, man, I'm not trying to help them reboot that dynasty. I ain't doing it. Next, we got the Chargers. Now, this is kind of where I'm like, maybe. There's rumors that they want to include or they want to trade Derwin James. I already mentioned it. I'm not trying to acquire any old, over-the-hill players that have to get paid. Again, this team is built off young players in the draft. I'm not trying to get into the habit of acquiring older players that we got to pay. We already know the players we have to pay on our team, specifically on defense, that helped us get a Super Bowl. I'm not in the business of bringing other people from other teams that we got to pay for what they did for other teams. It just doesn't make sense. Now, if it's Derwin in the first, you got me there. But this is probably going to be Derwin in the third, Derwin in the second. I'm not into it. So I got the Chargers next. I'm probably not doing this. I think about it because we do need a safety. I think another video on that where Vic Fangio talked about our plans at safety, but I'm not really feeling this. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, If they want to include Brian Thomas in this, Brian Thomas, he had a great rookie season. I think he had 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, something like that. I like Brian Thomas Jr. He can come in, probably be a wide receiver 2 or 3. He's got 2 years left on this deal, so if you give me Brian Thomas and a 2, I probably would do that. My only thing here is our wide receiver room is a little too crowded now. Now we got a lot of bodies and we don't throw the ball as much as you would think. We are a run-first team. So do we need all of these receivers? I don't know. I mean, it would be Brian Thomas, obviously Smitty, Lemon, first-round pick. We still got Elijah Moore, still got Hollywood Brown, still got Darius Cooper on the roster, still got Dallas Goedert. You just drafted Eli Stowers. I mean, we got all of these weapons, and we don't have the volume quarterback to give all these weapons opportunities. So it's kind of overkill, in my opinion, at wide receiver. So I don't know. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to overcompensate roster spots because AJ Brown is leaving. But I would consider it. It's just, you know, I don't know if we need this many assets at one position. Lastly, obviously, the New England Patriots. Okay. I think that this deal was done at the combine. A little under the table handshake agreement. AJ Brown's been teasing and trolling this for like 3 years now, with being on podcasts for the Patriots, you know, getting jerseys from Edelman and Brady, being linked to Mike Vrabel, his old coach. Obviously, the Diana Rossini story where they're leaking out all this information, trying to get him to New England. I think this is where he goes. And on top of that, you kind of look at how the Patriots maneuvered through the draft. They really didn't fill the wide receiver needs in the draft. They brought over Romeo Doubs. And I think they're using Stephon Diggs potentially as a fail-safe. If A.J. Brown goes somewhere else, they can always bring him back to New England because he's a free agent under a new deal. But I think this is where he ends up. And quite frankly, like I mentioned, I just don't care, man. I'm ready to turn the page. I'm ready to move on. We got a great team with or without A.J. And I think things are going to be different this year. I already kind of pinpointed some ways on how I think they're going to be different with the offense. But the defense is going to be stacked. Vic Fangio is going to have his defense as a top 5 unit. I have no doubt about that. And we're going to be a competitive team with or without AJ. Would love to have him, but quite frankly, he doesn't want to be here. And I'm not promoting people on a team that I love that don't want to be there, period. So that's all I got for today. Just wanted to touch on A.J. Brown. Some of the new rumors, Nolan Smith, man, get this man some help, bro. Get you some help, man, because this is just crazy, man. I don't want to see you out here looking like this, man. I want to see you getting sacks. I want to see you getting to the quarterback, making plays on the field. I don't want to see you in handcuffs for stupid stuff, man. For real. That don't even make no sense. Well, y'all know how I feel about time. It's something you don't get back, so if you just give me a second, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. More to come.
Back up a taste? Just a taste. Just give me some room. Okay, the door's gonna slam about now.